The next Phasmophobia update is here. Phasmophobia Eventide. Are you brave enough to become the new lighthouse keeper? Welcome back. We have an update for you. Due to the size of this update, which, can I do this real fast for you? I'm going to give you a very, very quick glimpse. When they say due to the size of this, I want you to just understand real quick. Due to the size of this. Due to the size of this, how much has been done? Yeah. Hi, Shuey. Shuey, one of the people that was brought on, now officially a part of the Kinetic team, that has been helping with a lot of this crap. Fixing so many different things. Always a big boy. Always a big boy. That's right. Okay. Due to the size of this update, we have given it the version number of version 0.10, even though the roadmap originally planned different content for that version number. The following updates planned in the roadmap will instead have increased version numbers, but the content and order of updates will remain the same. Point Hope! His Point Hope! His Point Hope is here. Do you guys remember? I made a video about this, damn it. Point Hope is finally here. Whenever the rune update came out, I made a video about the runes and spelling out what it meant. It is here. It is here. Point Hope was recently refurbished by a young family seeking something unique to call home. You'll be welcomed by a modern extension, complete with a hallway, closets, and a downstairs bathroom before entering into the lighthouse's main living room. Decorated with nautical knickknacks, you'll be faced with spiral staircases and round rooms, a first for ghost hunters. I assumed it was going to be just that straight up spiral staircase. I assumed, but now we know. This new location features 10 floors, 12 rooms, and a unique layout, which will challenge players in new ways. You'll have to use different techniques for some of those pesky ghost abilities while playing on lower evidence game modes. That is one thing that worries me, is some of the ghosties. Like the Ure, and the Banshee, and the Goryo. Those worry me. We'll see, though. What's up, Yash? How you doing, dude? John, what's up, man? The mile, right. It's all doable. Oh, I like it. I like to hear that. I like to hear it. Progression. Okay, there's been some adjustments. We know that for sure. Several progression and equipment items have been adjusted based on community feedback, player leveling, and rewards. The required experience to level from 1 to 100 has been adjusted by around 10%, making leveling faster. Good. Players can now level up to 9,999 for each prestige. Holy hell. All right, well, if you have no plans on prestiging, there you go. Just go to level 9,999. That's a lot of nines. The required experience needed to level up between 999 and 9,999 will increase every level. That makes perfect sense. Sunny Meadows Restricted is now categorized as a medium location, which I agree that it should be, because it is definitely larger. If you are traveling from the front of Sunny Meadows and you have to go all the way down the female wing to the end, or one of the other end of the wings, it takes a freaking ever. So I agree with that change. Increased rewards for correctly identifying the ghost in medium and large locations. Medium from 125 to 150, large from 150 to 200. Okay, that's better. That's better. It's hard to put that down and understand it until we see like a final amount from a finished game. So we'll have to do some games. We'll have to do some investigations and see how much money we have. The music is louder than me. Oh, here, I'll turn it down a little bit. All right. Also, if you ever watch the VOD back, in which I'll have this turned into a video for sure, the VOD will not have the music in it. It will not have the music in it. Jenny, thank you for gifting a sub to Zoth. Welcome in. Thanks for the follows, guys. Okay, what else do we have here? Here's some changes to some equipment. I feel like this is going to be important. Dots. Tier 1's light range has been increased. Awesome. Tier 3's scanning effect can now be paused by interacting with it while it is rotating. Tier 3's scanning effect can now be paused by interacting with it while it is rotating. We have been asking for that literally since the beginning, since it came out. Oh, thank the heavens. It is here. Oh, it is here. Oh, it is here. Oh, it is here. So it doesn't turn off. No, that they don't say that. My assumption is that you stop it one way and then you can maybe turn it off. I don't know for sure. Amesby, hello. We'll see. We'll test it out. We'll give it a try. We'll see. EMF. Tier 1's needle will no longer flicker near or past the 5 value during events or hunts to stop confusion. I know that some people were getting confused by this. I didn't experience this, but I did hear other people experiencing this where I guess they were getting confused because the needle was getting close to 5, but the sound was never hitting that EMF 5 sound. The EMF 5 sound is very distinct. Like it's very, very, I don't know. To me, it was very obvious. But I guess the needle getting close to 5 was making people think, well, it must be 5. So I guess that'll remove some of the confusion. That makes sense. Tier 3's EMF 5 reading now plays a unique sound. Okay. I don't honestly, dude, I guess I don't pay attention. I thought that it did. I messed up EMF 5 so many times. I'm still new. I think I really need new players. Firelight. Increased the visible light intensity and range for both Tier 1 and Tier 2. Tier 1 duration increased from 3 minutes to 5 minutes. Good. Tier 2 duration increased from 5 to 10. Even better. That's awesome. Those things felt like they did really burn out super fast. Firelights and igniters will now be extinguished accurately in heavy rain. For example, they will no longer be extinguished under house porches and inside small tents. Very cool. Good. Headgear. A customizable key binding has been added to the controls page for turning on and off headgear. Turning headgear 1 on and off will now play different sounds to help know which state the equipment is in. Ooh. Because right now, when you turn on your Tier 1 headgear, it is literally the exact same sound. So now you will know the difference in sound. And not to mention, you can now set a separate key bind for your headgear. So there's no mistake of like long holding your flashlight button and accidentally turning on the headgear. That's cool. That's very cool. I've been killed many times not turning the headgear off by accident. Well, part of that also is because if you have your POV set to a certain range, you can't even see if it's on. You can't even see it. So if it was set to 60, you couldn't even see the light. But if it was set to 90, you could see the little red light that was sitting here and you could know if it was on or off. But now you have a sound that's different. The FOV, you know what I mean? The visuals FOV can be fixed when we change the player models. Awesome. Very cool. But now you don't even have to worry about it. You can play whatever FOV is ideal for you because now you have a sound that's giving you exactly what you need. That's great. What up, Doc? Very cool. Awesome. And a lot of people have been asking about having a separate button. So very cool they added that. Okay. Hold, please. Hey, Carnival, how are you? Okay. What else do we have? Parabolic microphone. Tier 1's red light will now flicker when a sound is detected. Cool. Okay. I'm guessing that is an accessibility feature, which is cool. Tier 2 and 3 sound indicator visuals will now last slightly longer than the sound to improve legibility and short sounds. Okay. Doing well? Yep. Okay. Yeah, that makes perfect sense for the Tier 1. Tier 3 can now receive sounds one floor above or below the player using it. The new UI to show which floor the sound is coming from. So you can now use the tier 3 to hear sounds above or below you, which is huge, especially on a map like Point Hope. Cosmic, what the hell, dude? Thank you for the subs. Oh my God. It's huge, dude. It's huge. Imagine Banshee testing now, because now you can do it from another floor. You don't have to do it from the same damn floor. And that's why we did it. That's great. Man, I miss it. I wish, listen, I still wish that we were able to hear more than one floor, and I wish that we could do it with every one of them. But listen, man, a win's a win. I'll take it. I'll absolutely take it. Yeah. What up, Tyler? It's going to be insane on Point Hope. Yes. Oh, we're testing it today. You better believe. We have time, guys. The update is not out for us yet. We have time. We'll need that for the lighthouse for sure. Would have been OP as hell on Point Hope with more than one floor. Yeah, I know. Things I still want, though, are like some additions, which I know could come down the road, like being able to hear the EMF with the parabolic microphone. Because then you can do things like gin tests where you put an EMF on the breaker and you listen for the EMF. You listen for the EMF at the breaker when you're trying to do a gin test, which I haven't heard since the Apocalypse update. Yeah. Something to help with hauling all the gear inside solo on times 15. Oh, Zeno just wants a backpack. Okay, let's keep going. That's awesome, though. This is great. I can't wait to test this. Okay. You now have to hold the parabolic microphone to turn them on or off. I don't know if I knew that you could turn them off when you weren't holding them. I don't know if I was aware of that. I don't know. I guess that didn't matter too much to me. All right. Thermometer. Okay, well, I think I've heard about this, but we'll see. Holding down the use button while holding a thermometer 2 or 3 will now continuously update instead of having to restart after each reading. So now when you're using the tier 2 or tier 3, you don't have to scan every single time you want to get the temp. You hold it, get it once, and then hold it, don't let go, and just walk. And I imagine that the tier 3 is just going to be more accurate than the tier 2. We will test that today. We will try it, see how accurate it is. Yes. That sounds wonderful. Yes, agreed upon. Tier 1 now has randomization to make it consistent with the other tiers. That part, I don't know if I agree with. That part, I don't know if I agree as the nerf. I agree that it needed to be nerfed because everyone was using tier 1 because it was so OP, because we loved it so much. The nerf being randomizing it, I don't know if I agree with, because a mercury thermometer is very, very accurate. So making it just randomly going up and down seems weird. I feel like having the mercury thermometer go really slow would be the move. It's not insane. Don't worry. Okay. We're going to test it for sure. We'll definitely test it. I agree. Yeah. Just make tier 1 temp to tier 2. No, I don't think so. No, I like the mercury thermometer being the tier 1. I like that. I like the tier 2 being where it is. I think that my opinion, I mean, obviously we haven't tested this yet, so we don't know what these feel like yet, but I think tier 1 should just be really slow. Tier 2, you hold the scan. Tier 3, I don't think you should have to hold the scan shit. I think tier 3, you should just turn it on and it just boop, you were getting temps immediately and you can just walk. It should be tier 3 should act the way that the original thermometer acted, where you could turn it on and walk. It gives you incentive to want to upgrade to tier 3 because of how good it is. Tier 3 should be the money. Like that should be the one that you want. That should be the one you achieve and go, I'm done. I don't want anything else. Ghosts have mercy powers to flash his sign. Thank you for lurking, Nad. I appreciate it, dude. But we'll see. We haven't tested it yet, man. We don't know. So we will see. But the tier 2 and tier 3 not having to continuously hold, I'm interested to see what the temp changes are like. I agree with the tier 3 thing you said. Yeah. I guess tier 1 is OP because it can tell where the ghost room is much faster than and not the ability to tell the exact temp. Yeah. Yeah, right now it is. It is because you can walk from one room to another room, go side to side, and you can see the temps going up or down and know if the ghost is there or not. Yeah, that's why it's OP. Yep. Living Dead Girl, hello. All right. Tripods and video cameras. Yeah. And I understand that. That doesn't mean we don't love it. We're still going to miss it. Tripods and video cameras. Ghosts will now throw video cameras more consistently. Yeah, I feel like that's fine because I feel like I don't see that a lot. And even on like lower tiers, I don't see it super often. Tripod 1 knockdown chance is increased from 20 to 30. Tripod 2 knockdown chance increased from 10 to 20. That's perfectly fine. That doesn't really mean too much. That's fine. It just makes you want to get to tier 3. Tier 3, the chance of it throwing tier 3 stuff is extremely low. Like borderline impossible. Super low. Yeah. Okay. Sanity meds. Tier 1 restoration time is increased to 20 seconds from 30 seconds. Awesome. So you take a pill or you take meds, restores faster. Great. Tier 2 restoration increased from 10 to 10 from 20. Tier 3 will now instantly refill your sprint endurance in addition to keeping it full for 10 seconds. Instantly refill your sprint endurance in addition to keeping it full for 10 seconds. What did it do before? Like before, if you ran out of stamina, it won't refill and you can't sprint. Yeah. It froze it. Yeah, if you were out of sprint, you couldn't. Yeah, you needed a sprint to keep it full. As of now, it'll refill it. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it's another one of those things. I guess when I go to take those, I think it was very small amount of times where I would take it to get the sprint. But knowing it might change that. I might actually try it more often. Sound sensors. Mute buttons have been added to each sound sensor's truck UI. That's cool. That's nice. You don't want to hear that stuff nonstop. That could get annoying. Spirit box. Small environment lights such as lamps must now also be turned off to receive a response. Okay, I think I do that anyway. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I think like the little tiny lamps that get turned on, I think I turn them off, or I would turn them off, assuming that I needed to turn them off. Yeah, so that's fine. You now must hold the spirit box to use it with text-based voice recognition. Oh, were they able to do it from the floor? A lot of rooms already needed that. Yeah. Isn't that what we always do? Well, so look, small environment lights such as lamps. I'm assuming that was saying, like, if I'm reading this correctly, there are some places where there's a little lamp that you did not need to turn off and you could get a spirit box response. Yeah, I would drop it and use the text so I could walk. Ah, okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So now you must hold the spirit box to use it with text-based voice recognition. It doesn't affect me. I don't use text-based voice recognition, but I'm sure many do. Okay, UV lights. Tier 1 and 2 have been swapped for better progression during leveling. It's one of those ones, the UV lights, I don't know how to feel about it because we're swapping an electronic with a non-electronic, moving the non-electronic to tier 2 and the electronic to tier 1 because the tier 1 is inferior. So it's hard to say how I feel about it because most people want to use the glow stick. At the end of the day, it's because the what is now going to be the tier 1, the pin light, it's just not used as much because of the small range. So now what they did was they are moving the glow stick to tier 2 because more people like using that. Deserved emotion. So glow stick is tier 2. Yes, that's what it's going to be. Yes. Yeah. The rave stick. Hi, Hadrona. Yes, the rave stick. Just woke up. Oh, no worries, Derpy. You're a good friend. Makes sense, I guess. Yeah, but again, it's back to the idea of taking a non-electronic and making it in front of an electronic device, saying like it is the superior device. Yeah, but it's just because inevitably it became superior. So because of people's play styles and how they use the items, that's how it became superior. Because players have found ways to make it better. Because you can take a glow stick and you can throw it at a window, and it is way better because of the range than what will now be tier 1 UV. Gameplay, realism, yeah. Glow stick do be the best though. I like tier 3. I'm a tier 3 stan. I like the tier 3 UV. It absolutely keeps the handprints and the footprints glowing longer for me to take photos. I don't have to do it super fast. I can set it from a far way away at a window or a door or whatever. I go tier 3. I like tier 3. Can you send us the link to that? No, I cannot. No, I cannot, because this is only for partners for today. But it will be available to the public tomorrow. But I will make a video on this today. I'm going to make a video for this, so I'll post the video link if you want to go back over it. Or you can wait till tomorrow. If you wait till tomorrow, then you'll have the link to this. This will be released on Steam. All right. Good morning, White Wolf. How are you? All right. Optimizations. We're moving along. We do be trucking, though. Let's keep trucking. Can we place the UV like the dots? Can we place the UV like the dots? Which UV? Like the link is shown. Yeah, but you can't get that though. Because it's literally downloaded. It's literally downloaded to my computer. It's not a link to a web page. Hey, Kooky, what's up, dude? Will we get a new weekly for the new map? I don't think so. Maybe at some point. Maybe, I don't know. It's really hard for me to say. They haven't said anything about it yet. I don't know. Maybe. Almost 2 for you. Nice. All right, let's keep going. It is 5:51 in the morning for me, meaning that the update might be coming out soon-ish. Maybe further down. Who knows? Yeah. Right now, what they have it on is they've got it on like a 6-month rotation, with set maps, set challenges. That for them to add one in, I think what they would need to do is they would need to take one out, because to add one in, it would mess with the groove. But I mean, I guess maybe they could. I don't know. I don't know what's easier for them. It's so hard to say, man. It's so hard to say. Today for the update for early access. Tomorrow it's available for everyone. Yeah. Hey, Drabbit, how are you? Yeah. All right. Optimization. We've drastically improved the performance of several areas of the game, which will result in fewer stutters, higher FPS, and quicker loading times, especially on low-end machines. Nice. We like this. Number of fixes and optimizations would be too many to list, but the following have received the biggest adjustments. Photo and video cameras, shadows, the weather and sky effects, UI, physics, audio, reflections, textures and shadows are now streamed to the GPU to significantly reduce VRAM and RAM usage. CJ, do we know if this also pertains to VR? It's like over 1,000 performance changes. Yes. VR big. Okay. Because I've been waiting for that one. I have been waiting for that. Should help quite a bit. Ooh, okay, I'm excited. I'm excited. I need to mess with my machine more to do VR stuff, but I really want to check Point Hope out. Really want to check it out in VR. Really want to check it out in VR. Why does it feel like some of the what? Why does it feel like some of the what? What up, Sam? Lindsay, how are you? What GPU do you need to run Phas in VR? Yes. Okay, sorry. Where were we? Textures and shaders are now streamed to VRAM. Tent Door's cloth system has been completely overhauled to increase performance. Interesting. Okay. Training. Lower the temperature of training to make the freezing temperature section much faster to progress. Reduce the amount of equipment to 1 in each room. You now have to get EMF 5 to get past the EMF room. Props will now get thrown more frequently in the EMF room. Replace the glow stick with the UV torch as per the tier changes above. In the ghost orb section, players will now need to be more accurate with the video camera to avoid accidentally completing the objective without seeing the ghost orb. Nice. Nice. What are we waiting for? For me to get done reading this. New ID card badges can now be unlocked. What? Lighthouse Keeper. Correctly identify the ghost on Point Hope 50 times? So you're telling me I have to do that 50 times today? Speed runs. We're doing speed runs today. Ooh, Apocalypse. Look at this. Apocalypse Bronze. Okay. Correctly identify the ghost. Okay, so correctly identify the ghost. Take a ghost photo. Complete all the objectives on Sunday Meadows. Difficulty of 6, 10, or 15 for bronze, silver, and gold, which we've done. So we should have the bronze, silver, and gold cards. If you've already completed any of the Apocalypse challenges, you'll need to complete a single game of any kind to receive your new ID card rewards. Players can now carry an igniter in addition to 3 other items. Wait, what? Wait, excuse me? Players can now carry an igniter in addition to 3 other items. I was literally just saying the other day as a joke, you're telling me I can't fit this thing into my effing pocket? You're telling me we don't have to have the lighter as one of our 3 slots anymore? I'm going to cry. Was CJ or DK in here listening? Like, fine, shut up. We'll do it. Dude. Oh, my God. There we go. Well, that's not a backpack, but we'll take it. We got pockets, guys. We got a pocket. We got a pocket. It's one of those little pants pockets. You know what I'm talking about? Not the normal pants pocket. It's the little one. It's the little guy. It's the little guy on the top. You just fit a little lighter in there. We can finally do an Onryo test in one trip. That's a really good way of looking at it. That's a really good way of looking at it. You can do an immediate Onryo test without having to go back to the truck. Lighter pocket. Lighter pocket. Oh my gosh. Oh, Simon, I got to figure out what that command is, dude. I don't know why that's like that. Oh my gosh. That's awesome, dude. That's great. Well, we're going to have to get used to that, I guess. We're going to have to get used to that. Non-VR players can only carry 1 igniter at a time, similar to flashlights. Igniters now have their own slot in the VR belt. That's cool. We'll have to check that out on VR one of these days, Alice. One of these days. Wavy Kirby, thank you for the sub for 7 months. Imagine 3 smudges. Dude, 3 smudges in an igniter. There you go. Unlocking. Oh, let's see. Unlocking a new reward that is not tied to leveling up. So this is all obviously new stuff, okay? We're in the new section now. Unlocking a new reward that is not tied to leveling up will now show a pop-up on the mission summary screen. Cool, cool. Okay, a little bit easier. Ghostwriting books now play new sounds when closed. Okay. Interesting. Added Kate and Catherine to possible ghost first names. Okay. Ghosts can now leave single fingerprint. Why did I say like a child? Fingerprints. More on that later. Okay. I don't know why fingerprints. Ghosts can now leave single fingerprints on small lamps and TV remotes in all locations. Oh, now we can check TV remotes and small lamps. Oh, spicy. Spicy. So VR can carry 5 now. Technically, yeah. Single fingerprints. Yeah. I don't know why I said it like that. I said it really quickly. Can you start over? I'm late. Yeah, let's go to the top. All right. It's like that one podcast. I forget their names. It's like a Blenda. Yeah. Oh boy, changes. Holy moly, guys! Look, I want you to see where I am right now. Can you see this? Can you see that I'm like halfway through? We need a speed run. We need a speed run, guys. We need to floor it. I think. Ghost wants to watch some sport. That's right. Remember, like I don't think half the people know now. It's not very practical, but you can't use. Bro, you got 1 minute. Don't say that to me. Shut up, CJ. You can't use the remote control when the ghost is hunting. Read faster. All right. I was just making sure things. Listen, man, I got up at 5 in the morning. Okay. Give me a break. Not 5, like 4. Relax. Oh my gosh. Okay. Let's go. Changes. Equipment. You can no longer swap inventory slots while taking a photo. Remove flashlights from hide and seek extreme as they were disabled from settings. Deja Vu weekly now has UV. Don't tell me to read faster and then hit me with one of these. Don't you dare do that to me. Make me think I'm having a stroke. Deja Vu weekly now has UV tier 1 instead. How dare you? Deja Vu weekly now has UV tier 1 instead of tier 2 to keep it as a flashlight. Glow in the dark weekly now has tier 2 instead of tier 1 to keep it a glow stick. Asking the Ouija board bone location questions will now drain 20% sanity, down from 50 due to bone rewards not being included in the reward multiplier. Hey, there we go. There we go. Hey, that's an awesome change. Now we're talking. Bone not being required for perfect game. Maybe, possibly. Lighting the summoning circle candle will now instantly end the setup phase. Yeah, sounds good. We can all English. It's all good. Ghosts. Changes. Non-ghost writing ghosts now close the book after throwing it. Oh, okay. So non-ghost writing ghosts now close the book after throwing it. If it's hiding evidence, it will close the book too. Okay. That's good. So it's the same thing as if it's not writing in it. So I'll just treat it the same way then. Okay. Let's keep reading. Let's keep trucking. Okay. Ghosts can no longer interact with already knocked down paintings. Shades can no longer blow out fire sources or write in ghost writing books if there are any players in the room to keep their strength consistent. We'll have to remember that. This is more stuff to keep in the old steel trap. More stuff to keep in the old steel trap. Shades cannot write in the book if you're in there with them. They can't blow out fire sources if you're in there with them. Okay? Read faster. Shut up. I'm trying to get there. Well, I'm downloading. Listen, I'm downloading anyway, so we're fine. We can't go anywhere. It's downloading. Improved the ghost ability to interact with closed doors. Improved Banshee AI targeting when they stalk a player. Interesting. I wish to see the ghost will now limit your vision after the ghost event instead of before to allow you to see the ghost. Now, when you use the monkey paw to wish to see the ghost, you can actually see the ghost before your vision goes dark. We requested this change. We said, please make this change. Please. When I wish to see the ghost, I wish to see the ghost. Not I wish to see the freaking ether and nothingness and black. So Now we can see the ghost, and then your vision goes dark. So it gives you an opportunity to take the photo of the ghost, and good luck getting the hell out of there, because now you can't see. Okay, that's awesome. Great change. Increase the sanity drain of one of the ghost events to match other events. Ooh, which one? Spicy. 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 Okay. Still downloading. We're good. Environment. Paranormal paparazzi and hide and seek hide weekly challenges now take place in Point Hope. Oh, sneaky devil. Very cool. There we go. Paranormal paparazzi and hide and seek hide are in Point Hope. Well, there we go. Drastically improved the sunrise visuals. Turning on several light switches in a room, but not all, will now drain sanity at a reduced rate instead of the full sanity drain speed. Props that don't move when hit with another prop will no longer play an additional impact sound. Adjusted all-weather distant fog color for better blending with the horizon. Remove Point Hope teasers from all maps and lobby. Yeah. The writing that's behind the doors and the UV and all that stuff. Optimize assets across all maps. Lowered resolution for light cookies. Light cookies. Flashlight shapes, etc., but increased resolution for skylight shadows. Move the green bowl in Edgefield living room to help with the lamp interaction and new fingerprints. The green bowl in Edgefield living room. The green bowl that is it the green bowl that's right there by right by the doorway? The little key bowl. Yep. Okay. Yeah, by the doorway. Yep. Kino, thank you for the tier 1. Thank you for the sub. That makes sense. The Tanglewood utility room door can now be closed correctly by the ghost. Oh, interesting. It could not before. Medium tent windows now have correct collision on both sides. Let's see. Audio. Okay, we're getting there, friends. We're getting there. Okay. We are getting there. Audio. Adjusted audio effects to help identify if sounds are above or below you. Sounds that are one floor above are bass boosted and muffled. Oh, this. Okay. As somebody that likes to, what I like to call sound whore the game, this is important for me. Sounds that are one floor above are bass boosted and muffled. Sounds that are one floor below will be more muffled and quiet. Sounds that are 2 floors above you or below will have more extreme effects and volume reduction. Interesting. Above, bass boosted. Sounds like somebody's walking. Below, muffled, quiet. Remember, we got to remember that. Got to have the W emotes. I appreciate you, dude. Thank you for the sub. The heartbeat sound will no longer be altered by reverb or other audio effects. Audio levels for the ambient room tone and Ouija board have been remastered to bring them in line with other sounds. Reduce the volume of the writing sound for Ghostwriting Book 3. Oh, I liked that because I was able to hear it across the map. Damn it. UI. Difficulty, money, and prestige level up pop-ups have received new images. Cool. Improved color accuracy of several UI components. Increased the width of the scroll bars in the shop to make it easier for VR players. Several ID titles have been renamed and shortened. Changed interaction amount to activity level in custom settings to better reflect what it does. Interesting. When is the update? Public is tomorrow. Publicly, it comes out tomorrow. Let's see. Fixes. Player movement will no longer be affected by held equipment. You're telling me that I can walk around with a tier 3 smudge? Sorry. Incense? And not go side. You're telling me that I can hold a cursed object and not go sideways? Is that what I'm being told right now? The Paramic. We have some testing to do, friends. We have some testing to do because I know for sure there's some things that we know for sure that you know that I know that we walk sideways anytime we try to hold it, damn it. Coffee's such a good idea. Oh, yeah. I got more upstairs. I'll get you some. Okay. This is great. This is awesome. This is good. Stamina recovery will correctly now start even if you're still holding down the sprint button but not moving. Stamina recovery will correctly now start even if you're still holding down the sprint button but not moving. So are you saying that your recovery will... you will recover even if you're holding the sprint? If you're, let's say you screw up and you're running into a wall and you're sprinting, but you're not moving. Or are you talking about if you're just standing still? I'm assuming that means if you're just standing still holding the sprint button. Not if you're an idiot holding forward into a wall and sprinting. That's what I'm assuming they mean. Okay. I got it. There's no longer a visual glitch when rapidly equipping and unequipping the headgear as one of the player models. You can now change your sprint mode while in-game in VR. Fix several areas where VR teleport movement could not teleport to. Changing your sprint mode to hold from toggle on PC while sprint is toggled on will no longer keep you sprinting without pressing the sprint button. Okay. Remove sprinting, FOV increased due to a graphical issue. Okay. Ghosts. What do we have? Ghosts, equipment, environment, sound, UI. Oh, God damn it. We're getting there. Okay. We're getting there. We're moving. Okay. We're moving. I want to get through all of it, though. I do want to get through all of it. Hanging paint. Okay, ghosts. Hanging paintings thrown by the ghost will no longer fall through the floor. This is something we've seen a lot where the ghost will throw a painting and then it just goes boop, and all of a sudden it's gone forever. The ghost and bone can no longer get stuck in several locations. Good news. Ure can now use their ability on doors that are open at the start of the game. Ooh. That is very, very important. That is very, very important. There are doors that start open on certain difficulties. When you're playing on a little bit harder of difficulties, doors will start randomly open. Normally, the Ure cannot use its ability on that door. Tested through and through that the ghost can't shut those doors. Ure can now use their ability on those doors. Interesting. Ooh. Demon and Banshee attempting to use their ability, but failing will no longer add to the ability's use stat. Oh, interesting. Interesting. I wonder why that is. I don't know. I kind of liked when I kind of liked knowing how many times the demon failed. I don't know if it makes too much of a difference, but okay. Ghost will no longer keep throwing the same object over and over. It will instead choose more varied items within its interaction range. Hide and Seek Extreme now correctly has 3 evidence instead of only 2. Ghost event player detection will no longer include dead players if they didn't move after dying. Ghost event player detection. Oh, it included dead players. Oh, I didn't know that. Equipment. Holy moly. Holy moly. Motion sensor 2 and 3 detection sounds can now be heard on all floors. Parabolic microphone 2 now displays the correct volume values. You can no longer get readings on the parabolic microphone when in the truck. Dots 1 and UV light 2's light will no longer stop emitting when placed in some areas. So these are just, again, these are fixes for those that are confused what we're looking at. These are fixes. Snooze and make sure we snooze the ads. Where were we? Let's see. Okay, here. Changing the sound sensor size in the truck now only changes the area of effect UI instead of the equipment UI. The parabolic microphone will no longer pick up sounds when in the truck. EMF reader 1 will now point the needle closer to the EMF reader 1 will now point the needle closer to the EMF value instead of including the EMF values above and below it. Oh, okay. Okay. Okay, so that should make it more of an accurate reading. Faith, good morning. You can no longer take multiple photos of the same EMF interaction by using your inventory to refresh the EMF spot. Good. Less bounce. Yeah, well, I'm assuming less bounce. I'm assuming that it is more accurate. Yeah, that's my assumption. Yeah. Headgear 2 will no longer be detected by the ghost when on if flashlights are disabled in custom settings. Headgear 2 won't work if flashlights are off, right? Right? Maybe people were getting killed because that was on even though it wasn't working. Nutty Coffee, hello. I assume. Okay. An active parabolic microphone will no longer muffle your audio when picked up while holding another item, which I feel like I was dealing with that. I think we dealt with that yesterday. All sound sensor tiers and Firelight tier 2. Wait. All sound sensor tiers and Firelight tier 2 are now more stable when placed in VR. You can no longer light other people's incense by physically moving a fire source into it. Oh, Sag. VR players can now consistently place a video camera on a tripod that is still attached to the truck wall. The Ouija board will no longer break when saying goodbye with 0 sanity. That's pretty cool. I feel like we do that a lot. Crucifix will now be fully used for all players after it prevents a cursed hunt. So I guess there was some sort of desync happening. Extinguished matches will no longer light other objects. Be right back. I need coffee. Read slower. No, we're trying to get to the update. We're trying to get to the update, which is ready for me. Let's see here. You no longer need to swap. Wait, did I get that? Yeah, you no longer need to swap hands between each tarot card draw in VR. Let's see. Some of these are VR, which don't pertain to some. Yeah. Grabbing, swapping props or equipment in VR will no longer set the wrong hand position and rotation. Igniters can no longer be used if another player fully used up the fuel. Tripod 3 placement highlight is now visible when first placed. UI for text voice recognition will no longer get stuck if another player grabs the Ouija board while you're using it. All motion and sound sensor map icons are now accurately sized on all maps. This I want to see. All motion and sound sensor map icons are now accurately sized on all maps. Map icons. Are they talking about the actual Are they talking about the actual size of the sound sensor? Are they talking about just the icon itself? I'm interested to see that. I'm very, very interested to see it. Okay. We're on the home stretch. Environment. The player in Ghost will now correctly be detected when moving between different rooms and floors. This will make evidence and gathering much more consistent. I think this has to do with the rooms. I think this has to do with the rooms and the separation and the bleed through. I think this is going to help a shite ton. Sunny Meadows reverb sound effects will no longer turn off while moving around in certain rooms. Maple Lodge cabin window fingerprints will be visible again. Didn't know they weren't. Removed several locations where the ghost could get out of bounds in Sunny Meadows. I think I remember experiencing that. Removed a spot where the ghost could get stuck behind the generator in Camp Woodwind. The camping chair next to the lover's bench on Woodwind is no longer white. I don't know what that matters. Oh, okay. All overhead tarps on Maple Campsite now have rain sounds. Reduced visibility of geometry seams where you can see the skybox in Sunny Meadows. Keys collected will now have the same, will now have the correct name in the journal. So that was a Maple Lodge thing. In Maple Lodge, when you collected the cabin key, I'm pretty sure it said something about a car key. Window rain will no longer make things black when viewed with certain angles. All Brownstone High School windows and doors now have the correct fingerprint material. You can no longer, I got so excited with this. For some reason, I thought they were going to say something about numbering the windows and doors. Imagine. You can no longer place equipment in the gap under the cabin. Lights will no longer turn on if you turn off during a flicker. Added skybox blockers to multiple areas to stop tiny gaps in geometry that shows the sky. Tanglewood, Edgefield, Ridgeview, Willow. Hey, I always drive my cabin. Hey, don't brag. I know in Africa. They're going to. They're going to eventually. They're going to eventually. High school, they're eventually going to do it. Yeah. Sound. Impact sounds will no longer play multiple times at once. Loop sounds on doors will no longer play in VR while they're not moving. UI. Skipping the animation when you level up more than once will no longer skip the previous levels. Unlock pop-ups. Challenge maps. Challenge map names will now be correct. You can no longer complete the ghost photo objective when there's no space for photos in the journal. Known issues. Deopathing can be inconsistent during hunts on Point Hope. Okay, we need to remember this. We need to remember that. Small items can occasionally fall through walls and floors. Interactions can sometimes repeat. MSAA will cause visual artifacts while dead. So we can't die. We can't die, damn it. We can't die. All right. All right, friends. There it is. There's the patch notes for the update.